That's me as a kid with my family. Always an outgoing kid.
Sarah Robertson, 23 years old, spreads her childhood out on her dining room table.
Growing up, I was always in front of the camera for my dad. He was a photographer.
It all looks picture perfect, so Sarah's description of these photos may surprise you.
My box of shame brings up terrible memories.
This photograph right here represents kind of a big shift in your life.
That's grade 7. So I remember getting that picture taken and thinking, oh, I actually look good. I feel good about myself that year.
But the photos from grade 7 on all have a common theme. Every single picture shows Sarah in a hat or a bandana, an attempt to keep secret her addiction, to cover up a compulsion that controlled her life.
Does anybody at school know what's beneath that bandana or baseball cap?
No. Kids would try to, especially the boys, they would try to take the hat off. It would be a game to them.
And once her secret got out,
teasing began. I would say grade 8 was the hardest year of my life. They made fun of me. They called me names. Why are you bald? Like you're a girl. Why are you missing hair?
Sarah was missing hair because she had pulled it out one strand at a time.
It became almost overpowering. It took over my life completely. I could spend hours at a time in bed or on the couch just pulling constantly. I was obsessed at when a hair started to come back and I needed to get it out. And every time I pulled a strand of hair out and I had that root, it was getting a medal every single time. It was relief.
You felt relief in the way that someone who cuts themselves feels a relief.
Similarly, yes.
At the age of 12, with 2 huge bald patches on her head, Sarah is diagnosed with a scary sounding condition.
My family doctor, he said the name trichotillomania, and I was just like, what is that? I've never heard of it. It sounds so weird. It's just something that sounds like it's out of a movie. It's so strange.
Dr. Peggy Richter is one of the only psychiatrists in Canada treating this affliction.
What I tell my patients is that there's nothing we can do that will guarantee this will go away. I wish there were, but there isn't.
Group cognitive behavioral therapy, though, does have positive results.
I try to get them to the point where they feel they now have control over it.
Sarah felt as though she was the only person on this planet who suffered from this, but she clearly is not alone.
This affects conservatively at least 1% to 2% of the population. There's pretty robust reason to think that a lot of people with this problem don't come forward for help. They're too ashamed to admit it.
Unlike most sufferers, Sarah, after 2 years, managed to quit cold turkey.
I eventually created a countdown every day.
Like an alcoholic, she takes it 1 day at a time.
1 day pull free, 2 days pull free. And at the end of 1 year, I had grown my hair back.
For the last decade, Sarah has lived a normal life. She excelled in high school, went to university for social work, and then
my dad got very sick and he ended up passing away.
You've had a relapse.
I have.
The hair you're looking at is not Sarah's. It's a weave that covers the same bald spots that so traumatized her as a child.
When you look at yourself without the hairpiece on, what do you say to yourself when you see a reflection in your mirror?
That's a really hard question. I look at myself and I think, what's wrong with you? I feel ugly. I feel hideous. I feel insecure. I feel scared. Ultimately, I kind of feel like a freak. I wish I could stop, but I can't.
Sarah went online searching for help, but found little, so she created this, a website and nonprofit support group.
We've had over 4,000 views, and we've had people from all over the world contact us.
And Sarah is now back in recovery mode.
You are now back on crossing off each day that you're pull-free.
I am. I would say I'm on week 8. I hope that just by sharing my story and spreading awareness that more people come out of the closet, I guess, with their trichotillomania.
Do you think you have control over it now?
No. It's always going to be there.